I fired a warning shot first. So if you get in my replies and you don't like what I have to say, that's on you because I gave full warning.
It's the PokerNews Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 984 of the PokerNews Podcast. I'm Chad Holloway, joined once again at Level 9 Studio by Kyna England, is back, and two special guests, Etay, Esther Taylor, and Caitlyn Comeskey. We have a very special episode planned. We're going to talk pretty much all things women in poker from the summer, get into the big winners, some of the big storylines, get into the details of what all is happening with you, some final tables over here for Caitlyn, a big sponsorship for Etay. So, let me start. Kyna, welcome back.
Oh, thanks. It's been a while. Yeah. Nice to be back, though. I love what you've done with the place, all the redecorating,
It is the 4th of July. So, the main event of the WSOP is underway. Very exciting times. And Caitlyn, you've been having a pretty good summer so far.
Yeah, I've been bodying bitches. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. We've been getting them through. We've been getting some results
out there on the mixed game streets, though. That's awesome, huh?
Yeah, I think honestly at this point I'm better at the stud games and draw games than I am at no limit hold'em. I'm a big enough person. I can say that.
I love to hear that.
I got some work to do with the big bets to make me more well-rounded. Pot limit Omaha is a disaster. I'm so bad at pot limit Omaha. When I play it in an 8-game mix, I literally go take a lap when we're in that orbit. I'm like, okay, cigarette break for Caitlyn. Because every time I'm in an 8-game mix and I'm like, don't play the PLO pots, don't play the PLO pots. And then oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah,
and
PLO is so fun though. How can you resist?
So many options.
Somebody wanted me to ask, this was a question I had when they learned you were going to be on the show, is where did you learn your stud game? Or, I think for some, they're surprised, oh, she plays the stud. She's at the final table of this 10K. So what is it with you and stud?
So with stud specifically, the first mix I ever learned was single draw, which I've talked about before, that I learned to get into a good hold'em game. I learned single draw. And I just immediately was better at that game than hold'em. And I could tell immediately. I'm like, oh, I'm just more naturally gifted at this than no limit hold'em for sure. And then when I was streaming for Stars, I needed more tables because they have such a limited schedule. So I started jumping in some horses and some 8 games and just I would have Georgina, JG in my chat, GJ in my chat. And Benny Glauser would be in my chat, and they were helping me with Third Street decisions and just very early stuff, trying to find starting hands. And then Tim Duckworth gave me a book on stud high by this guy named Ottmer, which I read 2 or 3 times. And there are a lot of infographics and really good information in that. And then I read Dylan Lynn's books, Mastering Mixed Games. That one's a little dated, and it's more from a cash game perspective, but it's still got a lot of good information in it. It's a good book. And then I watched all of Alex Livingston's course on poker coaching, and I've done several other seminars with them, and I'm in their group chat, even though I think everybody hates me. That's probably just general anxiety more than anything. No one's mistreated me. But yeah, every time I say anything in there, I'm like,
no one likes me and I suck.
Can I get a name in? But yeah, those are the resources. Oh, and Chris Vitch. Gotta shout out Chris Vitch. He has a free YouTube channel, Death Donkey Poker. Death Donkey Poker. Is that
Donkey,
it?
Yeah.
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay,
Death
put it right
Donkey's
in the
his name,
description or whatever. But yeah, Chris Vitch, he the man. And it was such a trip because I got to play with Chris Vitch on my right all day yesterday at day 2 of the 8 game. It's such a trip that it's 2 months ago. I was just watching these videos, and now I'm sitting beside them, beating them in pots. It's sick. Yeah. Sick. What a ride.
You finished 5th in the 10K stud
yeah,
high-low. That very stacked final table, and Matt Grapenthien ended up winning that for $415,000. You got $98,000, and it wasn't your first final table of the summer. You also final tabled the Ladies Championship, ended up finishing 4th in that one for $67,000. Sky Chen topped a record field of 1,475 runners in that one to win the title for $194,000. We'll get into this event here in a second because I'm definitely interested to get your take. But we know Caitlyn played it, but did Etay did you guys play this one as well?
Oh, yeah, for about 5 minutes.
I participated in it, yeah, I know.
Me and Etay sat at the bar longer than I think we played the tournament.
We gave it our best. We went to the maximum, that you could play it.
You contributed to the prize pool.
We did.
Yes,
Yes,
we
a
did
whole
our part.
$2,000. And like I said, I think we sat at the bar longer than we actually sat at the table. But
Yeah, but we
It
had
was
fun. We
fun,
always have
yeah.
fun in those things.
was fun.
I love the ladies' events, truly. So
and it's huge. Like I said, a record field, 1,475 runners. There was the storyline out of this one. Aubrey Williams was the big chip leader coming in. I've known Aubrey for many years from the Pennsylvania scene, online grinder. And there was, I don't want to say controversy because it shouldn't have been a controversy, but
opinions.
Opinions. A lot of shitty opinions,
Honestly,
in my opinion.
I'm
but-
surprised you didn't invite more men on here to talk about this topic because it seems like they have a lot to say about it, you know? It seems like men are the only ones that have a lot to say about it. You don't see a lot of women out there commenting on it. Do you know why? Because we don't care. Like, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal, but men seem to make it one. And it's disgusting. And the comments have been disgusting. And she's a great person. She's a tough player. She deserved to be there, you know, and nobody cared.
Yeah. So for those who might not know, Aubrey is a transgender woman, and she's talked about this very openly in the past and is an absolute crusher in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And given the current state of the world, I guess, in the political landscape, so like you said, a lot of people on Twitter and other social media were going off on it. And Caitlin, you had a great tweet. I really like this, saying anyone who dares to mess with Aubrey in person or online publicly will have to deal with me. No one has a problem with her being here. And if you use her for rage bait to help your pathetic online platform, I will come at you with the fire of 1,000 suns, which is great. And you're fighting the good fight.
Oh, there was some foreshadowing
I
about
fired
that,
a
too.
warning shot first. So if you get in my replies and you don't like what I have to say, that's on you because I gave full warning. I let you know where I stood.
Well, and that was very good foreshadowing because that did end up happening a couple days ago or something. Somebody used it for their pathetic platform to grow it, and it's bound to happen. And people are going to show the take that other people want to see. And I don't know. You had way better comebacks to it. I have a lot of thoughts, but I didn't put them together as nicely as Caitlin did in her Twitter replies.
Yeah, there's some people that don't get in the fucking arena. Sorry, can I say that?
Knock yourself out.
I'm trying. That's why I've been so stuttery so far. I'm like, can't say fuck in front of Chad Holloway's tight
Uncensored.
30-minute podcast. We're gonna go 37, Chad.
We
I'm gonna say fuck.
we only have 26.5 minutes, Caitlin. Let's go.
Move it along. No, yeah. I don't know. People are fucking idiots. No one cares. The people in the arena, the people playing poker that sit down with these players have nothing but respect for them.
Mm-hmm.
People that wouldn't even consider themselves an ally probably didn't vote in a way that would be, the most progressive. But everybody still has respect for Aubrey. No one disrespects her in the room. Everybody sits down and treats her with respect. And that's not what happens online because the internet isn't real. Aubrey isn't online, by the way. She got off social media years ago. She's happy. She's living her life. She plays good poker.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we were actually hanging out last night. And at one point I turned to her and her other friend who's in the community. And I look at them and I'm like, am I speaking out of turn? Like, I'm allowed to go this hard, right? And they're like, yeah, we like it. We like it. So I was like, okay, game on.
I think it's really important what you just said before that. Like, I think people can have their opinions, and it was very strong in this scenario. I think at the end of the day, we all just realize like we're all human beings, and we should just treat each and every player with respect. And I think across the board, I think that's how most everybody feels. I think if it's not just this topic, I think it's just any controversial topic you take, you're going to get so much hate, and you're going to get so much I don't even understand where some of these comments come from. I know Caitlin and I have talked about it, or people that are, like women especially, like we take it pretty hard with comments that just come from like, and she's right. These people aren't real. They're not, these aren't real things that are being said to like, I'm hoping like Aubrey's face and like, but like it's, Caitlin's right. Like everyone else is making it this,
Real talk, the biggest conversation I have with women coming up in poker, the questions I get when I did the Pocket Queens lecture, the thing women want to know from more experienced women in poker is, how do I deal with this nastiness?
Correct.
How do I deal with being talked down to at the table? How do I talk with anons online shitting on me anytime I try to play a stream or make a piece of content? Like, how do I deal with this? That's what I've spent my time mentoring women about, because that's the number one problem we have to deal with. Because the numbers are not skewed, and because you're deep in a summer, everybody's buried. So no one's thinking that we have to treat everybody with respect and dignity.
Right.
But we absolutely do. And I think growing poker and getting more women in poker has to do with how we treat each other at the table and around the table. Online
100%.
Spaces count too.
Yep.
So
You're absolutely right. I totally agree with that.
I will say a couple things that I've seen online about this, and just to clear it up from the technical aspect of it, is men are allowed to play in the ladies event. This is by Nevada law. They can't prohibit men from playing. What they can do is charge a $10,000 fee for men and give a 90% discount to women, hence the $1,000 for women. So I've seen a lot of people online saying that, that Aubrey should have paid $10,000, not $1,000, and that's robbing people in the tournament, which is a bunch
how
of
do they
bullshit.
even know that though, too? They're just speculating that, I'm fairly certain she didn't, but they don't know that she didn't. There's no record of it, right? So they're just making assumptions and they're arguing about something that they really shouldn't even have an opinion about. And the argument against it is too protecting women's spaces, safe spaces. Women have worked so hard for their
we're not
rights.
sharing a locker room.
Well, and also
we're not getting into physical combat.
all of a sudden we care about women's rights when it has something to do with something we don't like. How about equal pay? How about autonomy for our own bodies? How about protecting our right to vote? But no, don't let the transgender woman play with them. What a bunch of bullshit is what I have to say. And people making assumptions and giving their stupid opinions. Oh, I'm entitled to my opinion. Sure, you are, but I'm going to call it stupid when you do. I'm sorry.
You're entitled to your opinion. I just don't understand why it has to be so disgusting and nasty.
exactly.
They're we need to
my
protect
thing.
women's space.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
this is my space. I'm a woman, and you're being crappy to me. So get out of my space.
We're already going to see it in the comments to this very video.
I won't
what do
like
you
it.
got?
I won't watch it.
I will also say in this instance, don't hate. This is a good example of don't hate the player, hate the game in this regard. In terms of the WSOP rules, clearly state that they are going to go by what is on somebody's government issued ID, right? So if your ID says female, then you will get in for $1,000. That is not the player's fault. If that, so don't blame that. And
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and I've seen some grown men saying, "Well, I'll go because my state's very liberal. They'll allow me to change it for a $30 fee overnight." Good for you. Live
Can
your
you
best life.
imagine that being your existence, where you want to make such a point that you go and change your, but you're exactly right. It needs to be crystal cut clear, and there is a rule, and if everyone's abiding by it, then I don't, but it has to be pretty clear, right? So, and I think that is, if your license says, woman, then you don't, whatever. But
Right.
I think people don't know that either. I think people don't understand that is in the rules, right? I think they're just, like you said, they don't have much information, and they're definitely not educated on the facts, and so they come up with these own narratives.
There was somebody arguing that they took a spot from somebody, which is ludicrous, right? Because
that's a perfect understanding of they don't know anything about tournament poker.
And it's just we're not being physical. We're not sharing a locker room. Any of the other transphobic talking points that happen in women's sports and other games does not apply here. For you to believe in trans participation exclusion, you have to truly believe that people assigned male at birth are smarter, more capable, more attuned to poker than people assigned female at birth. And that's just not fucking true. I don't care. Men are not smarter than women. Biologically, they don't have an intellect advantage. And I've been fighting with people in my comments over this point too, but I don't really care. Men have had more opportunity and resources because we live in a patriarchal society, but they are not more naturally gifted than women. It's not an advantage to be a man intellectually over being a woman. And fuck them.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Well said.
You actually did nail that. I was like, oh my God, wow, that was actually...
Well, I'll use this as a good segue because this is evidenced earlier in the summer that women have been winning throughout Vegas, but particularly at the World Series of Poker. Foremost among them was towards the beginning of June. Kristen Foxen. Absolutely crushing it. Lived her dream, she said, by winning a $25K high roller title for $1.7 million, defeating a very stacked final table, 345 runners. This was event number 12, and it was an open event, right? Which is women winning open events is kind of to that argument. She's up there against some of the best players.
It hadn't happened in 5 years, right? There was a drought.
I think that's about, sounds about right. And here she is. I think it was her, I don't want to get this wrong. Was it her 6th bracelet?
I think it's her 6, yeah.
Yeah, which is, historic 6th bracelet. I mean, Kristen Foxen, give me some thoughts. Like, she's absolute crusher, right?
She's a goddess.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
She's so graceful. She's in control. Like, all of us have in common that we're pretty, like, brassy and brash, you know?
We're broads.
She's got that, like, she's able to do all this while remaining, like, soft and feminine and poised. And I have nothing but respect for her. I went and watched her. I had a day off the day she was playing for her bracelet, and she was the favorite to win, and I knew she was going to win. So I got there front row center. I watched the whole thing. It was like watching Michael Jordan play on the Bulls in Chicago. She's the best.
She's incredible. Yeah. I mean, she's just like, could we have a more perfect like woman like leading the charge, you know? And she's just up there playing with the best in the world. And it's not even, I don't even think it's a conversation anymore. Oh, look at Chrissy in the 25Ks and the 50Ks. It's just like, oh, look at the final table. Like she's just, it's so natural for her to be there and for her to navigate through these fields, and ultimately she's just so good now and so experienced. Like it's not, to me, it's not even a conversation of like, oh, there's a woman winning a 25K. Like, we know it's Chrissy B. We know she belongs there. I think that's across the board 100% of opinion on that one.
Yeah, we said on the show here a few episodes back that it's documented. If you just take the stats and the figures, she is the most accomplished woman in WSOP history. Clearly one of the best female poker players in the world. And I don't like saying that or limiting it, because she is literally one of the best poker players, man or woman, in the poker world.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But she's also just a phenomenal human being. Like we forget about, like, I think that aspect right there, you know, is just, it makes a big difference. Chrissy is a wonderful human. So she's across the board. I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah, absolutely. And she wasn't the only woman to win an open event. We had event number 58, which was a 1,500 limit deuce to 7 low ball triple draw. Michelle Chin topped a field of 657 runners to win that for $161,000, defeated Daniel Strelitz in heads up play. Michelle was the first ever woman to win a WSOP circuit main event, I think back in 2015, if I remember correctly. And here she is winning a bracelet in a mixed game.
The first woman to win a mixed event in a really long time as well. I did say that the first thing I noted about that is when they turned the cameras on and the microphone on and pointed at her, one of the first things she said was, I know a lot of women in poker that haven't made it as far, that have given up because the treatment at the table is really bad. It's hard being a woman in poker. It's hard feeling ostracized. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the first thing you say after you win a bracelet and do this historic event.
Yeah.
And like, props to Michelle, but it's just like, we have to start having this conversation more often. And I don't even think it's like, it obviously is more pronounced when it's women receiving treatment from men. But sometimes everyone's just generally shitty at the poker table. There's way too much verbal abuse. There's way too much fish berating. There's way too much tilting off and throwing cards. And we just have to start having these conversations about growing the game on a micro level, which is being kind to the dealer, being kind to the people at the table, treating everyone with humanity and respect, because it's a bummer that she did something so historic. And one of the first things she says is, I've lost so many friends along the way that couldn't take it anymore. And this just really sucks to have to deal with this day in and day out. And we got to have that conversation, Chad. I don't know if it'll fit in the tight 30, but I want to.
I've been playing mix with Michelle for a long time, and she is just like a wonderful, quiet, nice grinder. Like she's been around a lot. She plays every game. And I like say this a lot because I always say there's like so many like women out there that are like crushers, and like that's why we want to get more transitioning into mixed games. But she's been around for a long, long time, just grinding, just doing what we all come out here and do every summer. Never seen her complain at the table. Like just a perfect, quiet, nice grinder. And what happens, like hard work pays off. And I was just, I don't know, I felt like a mom when she won. I was just like so proud of her. And also the way she handled herself. And she remembered when you win, you know, and you get there, you it's hard to remember the battle and the struggle that it took. And so for somebody to realize that in the moment and like talk about the things that are important and the journey leading up to winning a bracelet, which we all know is just so incredibly hard. I now forever have just so much respect for her. I think she's an absolute worthy champion, and I think she's a great representation for women in mix as well.
Well said. You mentioned the first woman to win a mixed event bracelet in quite some time. In fact, it was in over a decade. 2015, Carol Fuchs was the last one to do it. So quite the accomplishment, and well said.
I like her name.
In
my head, I don't say it like
Carol
that.
Fuchs.
Carol Fuchs, hard.
She is a badass.
She nice lady. I like her.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the WSOP women's events, and women winners aren't the only ones. There's all kinds of series about town. I know one was at the Wynn, the $600 ladies event. 361 runners there, which was up considerably from the year before. They were very happy about that. And one Amanda Baker took that one down for almost $37,000.
Yeah, another just awesome like person to now emerge and like have success and a victory, because like I remember Amanda Baker, Mandy B, way back in the day online, and just a grinder. Another just, you know, like working hard, like, and I hadn't seen her in a while. I think like, especially as women, we kind of like we play poker, but then we have our own paths and, you know, family and whatever. I'm not sure. And then I saw her kind of resurface a few years ago, and she just is there grinding, playing, so it's like, it's so nice to see somebody like that. Like, you know, we played online like way back in the day, even Chrissy B online, like, you know, and so it's so cool to see that like now years later, like the grind and the hard work and the sweat and the tears, it pays off. It does pay off eventually.
And we just saw Krista Gifford, who is an online crusher,
yes.
make the final table, finish runner-up. Against Cabral. Then the online live hybrid.
Yes.
So.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So women are doing it, and there's no stopping. And there is a very good reason why we had the biggest turnout for the ladies championship is because of all these amazing things that women are doing, pioneering. I mean, Sheena is a huge part of that. I mean, she alone is probably bringing in like, you know, a couple hundred of, you know, the Japanese, I like to call them bots because they all play perfectly. They look perfect. They act perfect. I don't mean that in a negative way, but like there's like just they're everywhere. And they're crushing us. They're taking all our money, and they're laughing and giggling along the way. And I for one, am like here for it. I love what's going on. And so you want to talk about 1,450 runners for the ladies champs? I think like next year it'll be that number will get blown out of the water.
Did either of you play with Mio? So Mio is a Japanese streamer and a dart player. She's a professional darts player.
I saw her on the stream.
Oh my
She's
God,
wearing like the little
amazing.
deer antlers.
Amazing.
She wins like a big pot on stream. My friend played with her. She told her she won a big pot on stream, and she goes, Mew.
Yeah, it's so great.
I was like, we need that. Yes, girl, get in here. That will bring more women in poker. We like that.
Yes, it's so good. It's a wave. Everybody sees it. It's super noticeable clearly, and it is only growing. And I'm excited. I might kind of start going over to Asia and start checking them out because, you know, it is exploding, you know. I'm here for it.
The Run Good Poker Series has started hosting some stops in Japan, which I'm hoping to get over for.
Incredible.
Yeah. I want to shout out a couple winners from the Venetian ladies events. The UK's Amber Sullivan won the Venetian.
Amber, that's my roomie.
Really?
Yeah, she's my roommate at our Airbnb, my Vegas roommate.
Took it down $40,000, the $800 Lips Ladies final table. Angelina Rich went deep in that one, a good friend of ours.
I love Angelina. Yeah, she was also in the high roller when I saw it too. She just shows up and looks so perfect. I don't know. I think I have a girl crush on her. She's
Angelina from Texas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Her name's Angelina Rich, and she changed her Instagram handle to be Angelina Poor. It was like hilarious. But yeah, she's sweet. She's so beautiful. She plays really well. She's a tough competitor. Yeah.
You mentioned it just now, the $2,500 high roller ladies championship at the Venetian, 122 runners in that one. Daria Krashenikova took it down for $69,000. This was just last night. I was watching that stream on on the Venetian Live YouTube where we've filmed before. And it was a lot of fun because JJ Liu was playing, and I love JJ.
My idol.
Yeah, like you don't get to see her play on a stream very often.
Was she wearing a fabulous hat?
Oh, of course.
Like a hat pin?
Silver outfit.
And a
full
perfect
silver.
outfit to
Yeah.
match. Yeah. JJ
Diva.
Liu, and I've said it for years, is like she is our Chrissy B like back in the day. I mean, she is like my idol. Like, and she is. Who knows how old she could be, 30 or 80, I don't know. But all I know is she's always there. She's always crushing. Like, she doesn't have like the spotlight on her a lot, like you said, but she is in every tournament, like in the end, always. It's really incredible.
She was one of the
see.
first women I played with. I played with her in Kyna,
Oh,
my very
right. Oh,
first
God.
women's event.
I actually remember that too
You
because she
do?
busted me. Yeah, like
Yeah,
she busted me dirty.
Well,
and
you were so fun because you roasted her. You were like, "Oh, JJ, no one knows who you are. You're so incognito." But what was the bust out? You remember?
No, I remember I like played again. I just don't have very good luck in those ladies bracelet events. But like, I think I had just sat down. Yeah, Caitlin said hi, introduced herself, and JJ like opened jacks. I think I like 3-bet kings. She ripped it in my face and ran out like a flush and then cheered. And my buddy, it was funny. I told my buddy, I'm like, oh man, she busted me. Like, and he's like, well, what do you expect JJ to do with some JJs? I'm like, all right,
He's right.
fine.
No, she was like the first woman I played for that had like a really like intense and palpable table presence. Like, I mean, this is like such a compliment.
Oh,
like, she's got
absolutely.
a stillness and a control and a power that she doesn't really work at or work hard for. At least it seems that way to me. It just seems so effortless. I really, really enjoy who she shows up as the table as.
Yeah, she's badass.
awesome.
I do want to give a shout out to somebody, a good friend of mine, Nancy Birnbaum. She's had a good
Nancy!
summer. She finished 5th in the Super Seniors at the WSOP for 100K, and then she just finished 7th in that aforementioned Venetian Ladies High Roller. And for me, Nancy is very special because in case you didn't know this, I won a World Series of Poker Gold bracelet. It's right here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, everyone can
What
see it.
event did you win, Chad?
The Casino Employees event in 2013. But here's why it's special is because Nancy is the one who put me into that tournament.
Oh,
She
wow.
gave me a 50-50. She put me in for
Oh
50-50.
my god, that is incredible.
Yeah, and
Chad
she...
Holloway didn't have $250.
No. Chad Holloway did. Yeah, I won't get into it. But I was very happy Nancy was there throughout. She was in my winner's photo. I was hoping to be in her winner's photo. She took that down. She took a very ugly bad beat to end up busting. But Nancy and me, go way back, and I'm loving to see her success this summer. So I just wanted to give her a shout out.
Yeah, I
go
mean,
Nancy,
going
go.
way back is Nancy is somebody who stands the test of time, right? You're exactly right. She has been a grinder for how many decades, and she's just still here in 2026 making final tables, going through fields of what? What was that field? Over 5,000? I don't even know.
Yeah, I
But
can tell you in just a second.
getting through the field and getting to the final table, and not only that, she is a wonderful person. She's so fun to play with. She brings her little cute dog,
Yeah.
and her wife's cheering her on. Like she deserves absolutely every bit of success that she's earned.
100%. I do want to shout out just a couple quick winners, lady winners from across town. MGM Grand Ladies Event was won by Nicole Turner, the Orleans, Fatima Nanji, and the Golden Nugget, Jessica Plusko, among some others. I'll show a little chart here on screen that you can see some of those winners. I do want to talk about a big development this summer, and that's you, Etay. You are now
gosh.
a sponsored pro for
Wow.
BetMGM, an ambassador for them, which I know I tweeted right away, and so did many others. Very well deserved, very good decision on their part. So congrats.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think in my own head, I'm just like, wait, what? Like how, where, why? I mean, it is so incredibly hard to get these sponsorships now. And I'm not saying that for any other reason except for I fully understand like the luck. It's extraordinarily lucky that I got this position. And it's just when I have that perspective on it, like I know I can't take it for granted. But yeah, I'm obviously excited. I play a ton of tournaments. BetMGM is also just a company that I can be proud to represent. Not a ton of controversy, which I'm not really loving to be in myself. So, but yeah, it's just a company that I fully 100% am like, this is a company that I work for, but it kind of feels like family. I'm just excited. Extremely grateful, obviously.
Congratulations, for sure. We're happy to see it.
Thanks, love.
Joined a good team. Darren Elias and Mike Lavin are there. My question to you quick, are you going to, right after the WSOP Borgata Summer Classic, July 16th through the 31st, are you going to be there at all?
My spirit will be there.
Okay.
My body will be dead from the WSOP.
Fair.
I usually take some time off right after the WSOP. My family's on the West Coast, so I'm over here. I decompress. And so that timing with Borgata is bad, but my spirit will be there. And I will also be there in September for the big bet, the big mix game.
Right.
We do tournament. I hope to see you there, Caitlin. And we have some really good tournaments on that fall schedule. So yeah, I'll be at Borgata. Borgata is my backyard, so you'll see me there a lot more.
Well, I know something that will be there for this Summer Classic, and that's the Poker News team.
Yes,
they were returning to the Borgata, which I'm very excited about. So Poker News will be there providing live updates from 6 of the festival's marquee events, chip counts, hand updates, photos, social media, et cetera, et cetera. There's more than $4 million in guaranteed prize pools. I'll link to the schedule in the show notes, but very excited for Poker News to be back at the Borgata. And again, congratulations on the BetMGM sponsorship.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
I do want to just shout out a real quick 2 things, because we mentioned like the little things that women can do to help promote in poker. And one of them I saw was the Women's Poker Association. The WPA did have a booth at the WSOP and was doing a lot of outreach. So just think that was a great little thing. And then a friend of the podcast will say, Sherry Pluskota,
the sheriff.
The sheriff?
Learned that was her nickname. Yes, the sheriff.
She does a lot of Twitter Spaces, a lot of good stuff. I met her in person for the first time this summer, and she was doing a raffle for like a quilt. And I actually got to sign it because she had taken a bunch of old shirts and had somebody sew it into a quilt and then sold raffle tickets to raise money for Poker Gives, which feeds the homeless here in Las Vegas. And so I signed it, as did a bunch of other people. And I think Jamie ended up winning that, right, Kyna?
Well, Jamie won it, and she felt kind of bad because she thought maybe somebody else, would enjoy it more. And so I think Sherry raffled it off again.
I like when that kind of stuff happens. Yeah.
Jamie, love her.
And then I do also want to shout out a ladies event that's coming up in August. It is going to be the Queens in Cards, August 27th through the 30th at Champions Club in Texas. And Phil Hellmuth is donating out of his own money. It's not Bet Rivers or anything. Out of his own money, he's just tossing in an extra $25,000 into that prize pool. And I believe that, from what he told me, that could be juiced up even more because he's in talks with some other people to just toss some extra money into this.
One event.
And I will be there. I will be there. I have been invited and have accepted.
That's awesome.
We're doing a cash stream with Phil Hellmuth and all girls, and
yay.
Should be a fun event. Come down to Houston. I'll be there.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the one big event, but there'll be a live stream and such. And I'll link to the details on that in the show notes as
Maybe
well.
we have to go to that kind of.
Yeah, I was just curious. What's the buy-in? What's the event? What's the guarantee?
I kind of love the ladies event tour.
I like it.
We have to be there.
I think it's I'm not quite sure what the buy-in is.
We can crash at Caitlin's,
Yeah.
Well, I live in Austin, but you can stay in my room.
Okay, great. Thanks. Booked.
I do want to ask, before we wrap up this episode, Phil Hellmuth had his main event entrance. I just gotta ask, what are your thoughts on this the spectacle that has become a yearly thing?
More fun is better. I'd rather him do it than it just be all hoodies and scarves 24/7. Like, just go swing for the fences. Go for it, Philly.
He did swing for the fences, from what I heard.
There was some swinging
for sure. That's what I heard.
Hey, it's something to talk about, right? Whether it's silly, whether it's stupid, whether it's cool.
I want to know how he finds the 17 models, because the last few years he's done this. He has 17.
They're always different?
Yeah, the Bahamas.
I
don't know, but
are they the same brigade?
Is this a Craigslist ad? Was there an audition? Did they have to do a runway walk to book the gig? What were they paid? I want to know so bad.
I think next year it should just be 17 like women pros. Like,
is there any way those girls got less than $100 Did
No
he pay them less than
way.
$100?
No,
I hope
I
not.
don't think
Yeah, I would hope not. I
Get
don't know.
him on the pod. These are the answers we need. We're talking about the wrong shit, y'all.
were
Yeah,
carrying
I feel
that.
like it needs to be more than 100.
They were
More than
carrying
Benjamin.
these because I was able to snag a few of these.
That's actually really funny.
That was
Yeah.
good.
That's actually really
Did you
good.
see someone got a picture yesterday of his
Yeah.
floor burger? Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he had a
yeah, yeah,
cheeseburger
yeah.
on the floor. Like, oh.
I mean, you just have to admit Hellmuth and his antics and all that, and really anyone, Cabral, all these people, like it's a net positive. And anything that anyone does that's seen from many eyes all over the world, like you're gonna always have negative feedback and criticism, and this is stupid, this is dumb. But you have to look at the overall picture. That's poker in general. What is the net? Is it a net positive or a net negative? And it's of course a net positive. Everything that WSOP and GG are doing this year is pretty much production based, and bringing ESPN on the stage even looks different. I mean, everything is geared towards a production, and so this kind of stuff fits right into that. And Phil knows that. Phil's
he's good at
pretty
the
smart guy.
marketing and branding aspect
Yeah.
of it. So.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for this episode. I want to thank you all for taking the time to come and chat, especially here on the 4th of July. Any big plans for this evening, Caitlin?
I'm going to not get too drunk so I play good at the main the following day.
Good plan. Good plan. Etay?
I'm going to be celebrating America. I love America, but probably Frank Casella's party. If I had to,
I've been
be
there
honest,
before. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
There's no big Hoonie party this year,
Not this
unfortunately.
year.
I'm going to try to sneak my way into the Frank Casella party.
you're
I've
gonna-
never
you don't
been
have to
invited
sneak.
to that.
There's no sneak.
No, I want to sneak. It's
I
more
want
fun
to
if
sneak.
if I
Sneak, but I'm
get
just saying
in
you can-
through ill-got gains.
Okay, there you go.
But
That's-
also, can I please come with you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I want to go too.
I like the sneaky. I like the sneakeroos. I like the sneakeroo behind the back. Yeah, you guys are in. Come on.
This was episode 984 of the PokerNews Podcast. We're on our march to episode 1,000, which should be right around the main event final table time. So we got some good episodes coming up. Starting tomorrow, we had a conversation with Ryan Crow of Texas Card House to talk Texas poker. That's an episode you're not going to want to miss. And then we'll be back Tuesday with a brand new regular episode. I'm Chad Holloway, Caitlyn Comeskey, Etay, and Kyna England. Until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.